Casey Styers, the downtown guru, and I'm with Andy Porter today, and he is a go-to loan officer of mine. And we met last year and hopefully closing many deals this coming year in 2023. He's going to talk to you about the shift in the market and the positives of why it's a great opportunity for people to buy at this point. He's also going to talk about how things have changed from last year to this year and what direction he thinks is going in and if he agrees with what the big people say. Andy, I'm going to hand it over to you. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Andy Porter with National Loans, and I've been, in the mortgage business for about 25 years, working mostly here in the Raleigh area. And wow, we have been a roller coaster of a market for the past.
You're also working in Wilmington.
Yep.
He's helping one of my clients involved.
In Wilmington as well. We've been in a roller coaster of a market. We went from historic lows in the 2020 to 2021. And then in 2022, the Fed decided to make some changes and they increased rates. And when we take a look at how quickly rates went up over the past 40 years, if they look at each individual month, so 480 months, and they said what month had the highest rise in rates, 5 of those months, of the top 10 months, were in 2022. That is just an incredible increase in rates in a really short period of time.
So the highest rise was in 2022, 5 months.
5 of the top 10.
5 of the top 10 months. And the rest of that, didn't know that.
Yeah. So the rates have just really gone up quickly. And the impact on that is a complete shell shock market.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically put a lot of people just uncomfortable with the new payments, the new rates, and the new reality. And the Fed's doing that to stop inflation because just any one of us here living in life have realized the cost of things just so much higher.
Yes.
And they understandably had to do something to stop inflation.
Even eggs are like $10 now.
Yeah.
How does eggs inflate?
And we could have another podcast talking about maybe it wasn't played right that caused this situation. But the reality that we're in is they needed to stop inflation. They're doing that by raising rates until it stops. And there's a lot of thought process that goes into that because following this policy is there's a general thought that once they get inflation under control, they're going to ease rates and that there could be a decline in mortgage rates. And so not only are we dealing with the shell shock of a higher rate, a new payment reality with homes, we are looking at a situation where there's a thought that the rates are going to be lower in the future.
Correct. Everybody got used to the 2%.
Yeah. And then it does start the next question, which is, won't that start inflation again? Which I guess deal with that later.
We'll deal with that when we get there, cross that bridge.
But if someone's looking to buy a home and the rates have recently gone up and the thought is that they're going to be going down soon, you can see why there's maybe a building up pent up demand for once rates go down. And one of the popular phrases in real estate and mortgage world right now is you date the mortgage, but you marry the home. And so the thinking on that is that you can always refinance later.
Correct.
And I think there's a lot of truth to that strategy because when we're taking the applications, our applications are steady with people wanting to position themselves to purchase. But a lot of them are waiting. And so what we have right now for the first time in several years is a buyer's market. Buyers have leverage. They have negotiability that they just haven't had for a couple of years.
Or there's another option when things get better. They can, it turns back to a seller's market, always sell and make their money. And then they can buy something at a lower interest rate, right?
Yeah, and absolutely. And I think that once rates do go down, and the general thought process is that they will. We don't quite know exactly when it's going to be, and we'll talk about that more in a second. But when they do go down, I think that pendulum is going to switch over very quickly because the people that are holding off for rates to go down will lose that buyer's market.
Correct.
And so the question,
you're talking about the buyer's market and how the rates is helping buyers, but buyers aren't seeing that, correct?
Yeah.
And here's the thing that this is a golden opportunity for them to get things added in certain areas. We're already seeing that transition back. Like in Wilmington, the last few offers I've made, I mean, we've been in multiple offers each time. So it's already starting to.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that if you want to negotiate the best deal on the home, now's the time to do that. Once the rates go down, but expecting demand is going to go up.
Flips back to the sellers.
And if the rates go down significantly, you refinance. If they don't go down, you'll be happy you bought now.
Exactly.
And if they stay the same, you would bought a home during a
You're
buyer's
still going to
market
be
versus
happy.
a
You're
seller's
going to have a
market.
home and earn an equity opposed to paying somebody else's mortgage. So,
and I think that that's probably a good strategy for someone to think about regardless. But one of the advantages we have that I think even makes it a little less risky in our market is if you look upon the expectations on like a lot of the national, organizations, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Raleigh.com, the general thought process is that where you are in the nation, you're going to have a plus or minus 5% equity of appreciation or depreciation on the home. We happen to be in Raleigh, North Carolina, or in the Carolinas. We are one of those states that people are moving to. And as people continue to move here, you would generally expect that home prices would continue to go up. I don't think we're looking at the appreciation last couple of years, but I think the overall thought process.
Yeah, things are like slowing down. We have a lot to offer. A lot of big companies coming. We have the mountain. We have the coast. I mean, everything you can be at within 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. So, and I, one of the things that was people that have been really hit really hard 2020 and 2021 and the first part of 2022 were first-time home buyers. Unless you happen to be one of those few first-time home buyers that had a large down payment, you were really squeezed out of the market because due diligence, that was the contracts that would be accepted by sellers were really for people with the ability to either cash or large down payments or offers that could come in over sales price, where they had the funds to cover the difference between the risk of the appraisal. Now, all of a sudden, the first-time home buyers can actually buy the home and get under contract. And I think that
it's given people an opportunity that they didn't have for the last few years.
Yeah. And depending on what the rates do, that may get harder too. And so it's
this is the moment that buyers you've been waiting for and you've been talking about over the last few years. Here's your opportunity. It's now. So
that's what I think so too. As far as rates go, there is currently the rates are in the mid 6s. Current thought process is that depending on who
you have buy down options that don't.
Yeah.
There's lots of options. So don't just hear that number 6 and panic. Like there's options out for you.
There's some really great programs available, such as buy downs, 3-2-1-2-1, 1 year buy downs. You start out with a lower payment and it will gradually go up. And if the rates if the rates go down, you could refinance even before that happens. And it's a great way to get into payment. There's first-time homebuyer programs that are available to really help people get in and help subsidize the payment. And they should really just reach out to you and contact them to see.
Yeah. So guys, if you have any questions, we're here. I work 24/7. Shoot me a text. I will drop my number below. I will also tag Andy, and you can reach us through any of the social media through phone numbers, text. However, reach out to either one of us, and we will hopefully get you in a home, since it's a buyer's market right this second before it flips back. It's more of a time of essence kind of thing, because it's going to start shifting back. As I said earlier, things are already starting to move that. Correct, Andy?
I think so.
So
thanks, everyone. Call us and we'll be happy to give you the best advice we can.
So remember, number will be below, and DM or call or text, email, send it to a bird, however you'd like to chat with us. Just reach out and we'd love to help you.